Hey, uh, I'm Silky Smooth VA. This is A Galleon. I hope he's on the left of me. And we're really excited to bring you the first game of this day for the Sunrise Arena. It's high elo Valorant charity tournament featuring some of the top talent from Ascendant to Radiant. It's all about community competition and giving back to society. Every single Oh God events and invitationals, I think has been grassroots charity, and we currently uh, are dedicating these funds for the fundraiser to the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, to kind of defend against the injustices that are happening across the country right now, especially the ICE raids and the impact that they have on families across the country. But we also are sponsored by Core Gaming, Corsair, G Fuel, Zenny Gaming, and Rugs by Pi for making this event a reality. And since launching, we've actually raised over 25,000 for various charities, and we're just getting started. The ACLU, this one vigorously defends people's rights from protecting the rights of immigrants and refugees, resisting assaults on voting rights, defending attacks against reproductive health care, fighting for LGBTQ equality, and so much more. What they do with these funds is actually hire lawyers, lobby representatives and senators, and also educate the public on these issues. We are pretty proud to be supporting the ACLU, and just as I have moved to a red state, not my best, not my first choice, but I had to. I am grateful that people are still fighting the good fight. And take it away for a galleon.
Hello, hello. I'm AG. Thanks for tossing it over to me, Richie. And I'd like to also thank Core Gaming. Core Gaming is a premier Las Vegas-based esports organization competing in Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, and the fighting game community. They're also hosting exciting events locally and online. Follow them for some top-tier gameplay, exclusive content, and community events. And
Yeah,
do not forget, we are running a surprise Valorant Riot Gun Buddy raffle during this Sunrise Arena. To enter, just follow Ohgawdevents and Ohgawdevents on Twitter, like and retweet the giveaway post, tag 2 friends. That is it. You want some bonus entries? We got you. Every $25 that is donated to the ACLU gets you one extra entry. No donations required to enter, but if you want those bonus entries, throw some money ACLU's way. They do some really good work there.
yeah.
Check out the pinned post on Twitter for all the details. Good luck on grabbing those exclusive in-game rewards.
Yeah, and we have three discounts, three discounts with code OGodKate. It's Corsair, G Fuel, Zenny. We know what Corsair does. They make pretty good stuff for not just PC parts but also peripherals. G Fuel, everyone knows G Fuel. I've had 2 tubs myself. They're pretty good over the years. I really enjoy that they don't have that sugar crash. And Zenny Optical, even though I don't have them as my glasses right now, but I'm pretty sure that the next time I pick up a pair of spectacles, it will be from them. So use code OGodKate for 10% off of G Fuel and Zenny. I don't know about Corsair, but I'm pretty sure you'll save some money too. And Rugs by Pi. Pi is a custom rug artist who has been creating tufted rugs and coasters for over 3 years. Recently, Pi actually showcased their work as a vendor at Masters Toronto. So for custom rug inquiries, you can reach out through their website at rugsbypi.com or via Twitter DMs at rugsbypi. Pi's VCT Masters Toronto coaster collection is also available now on their site, and I think we're giving away 2 of their rugs, right? The Sage Orb and the
4, actually.
Raina
All
Leaf?
of our
4. Okay.
sponsors have
Yeah, the
giveaways.
Raina Lear.
Yeah, a Raina Lear and a Sage Orb. There'll be 2 winners for Rugs by Pi, so each winner gets one of both rugs, which really cool collection to have. I've seen the picture. It looks immaculate. It looks insane. Also, just quick rundown for the giveaways. G Fuel's giving away 4 tubs of G Fuel, 4 different winners. Core Gaming giving away a mystery t-shirt, wristband, and sticker to one lucky winner. Corsair is giving away a Void V2 wireless gaming headset and an M65 RGB ultra wireless FPS gaming mouse. One winner for each of those. Zenny, 5 $50 gift cards going away. And like I said, there's rugs coming away from Rugs by Pi. Make sure you guys enter. To enter, follow the join stream. Follow the instructions in the caption. There should be a pinned tweet on Kate's Twitter as well, so follow the instructions there. And good luck to all of you.
Yeah, and I think that's all we got to say before our map bans. So let's give it away and take a look at what's going to happen for this next series against Team Zeke and Team Swifties, more affectionately known as Team Booger Eaters and Team Must See TV. So let's go take a look at what's going to happen here. Starting off. What do you think is the zeitgeist? We saw Corrode yesterday. We saw Lotus. Um, what I think your game had Haven in it, right?
Hmm. Yeah, so these are a lot of really advanced, really good players. They've been around for a while. They know the maps. They know the map pool. So pulling out a Haven, pulling out some of these older maps like an Ascent, maybe like you kind of run into this tricky scenario, right? You might feel very comfortable. You have a lot of time spent on those maps. Those maps like the back of your hand, but so do your opponents. So do you switch it up throwing in a Corrode? Do you switch it up throwing in an Abyss? Maybe. Sure, it's been out for a little while, but newer map. Maybe some of those things come in. I was kind of looking through some of the stats, some of the map picks for people. I think we could see a Sunset coming out, checking
Yeah,
Zeke on Team Booger Eaters here. Looked like he had a 75% win rate on Sunset as a Neon, so I think we could see a little
damn,
Neon Sunset action. We saw a little bit of that yesterday, but
the
we'll
best
see
kind.
how they progress through.
One thing I'd also like recapitulation of is Bind for Rizora's team. It's the last time I casted Rizora was during the Game Changers Open qualifier, and yeah, we see starting out banning Icebox. So Bind is still very valid. They had a stellar performance to qualify for Switch stage, and I just want to see a lot more of that. But unfortunately, no. God damn
Yeah, and
it.
there you have it. Must See TV carrying you through the void, deciding to get rid of Bind. They do not want to challenge that. Maybe they are aware of Rezora's run on Bind. Rezora's run through those finals or the quarterfinals. So, but we do see a Corrode. So the new map does come in. Booger Eaters
Oh,
deciding to pull the new map in, try to shake it up, see how well they've prepped on this brand new map.
yeah, I better see a double Sentinel setup if at least we can get a chamber, that would be great. Because he's just so good on Corrode. The extremity fights are so important, and also holding mid is so important too. It's really just valuable to get him on those lines and challenge space across the map because it's easy to get pigeonholed into one of the two sites or extremities and not have any other space elsewhere. So having him constantly be a threat is just great.
Yeah, like a lot of two-sided maps, Corrode's mid control is very important to get. Being
Oh
able
yeah.
to collapse
Oh,
onto both sites from two different angles is not something you can do on necessarily every site, but on a lot of maps. But there, it really is pivotal. Being able
unfortunately,
to get
I've just
around
been
those main
notified.
shutdowns.
Yeah, I've just been notified, and I've been disappointed yet again. They just banned Corrode instead, so that was a little
Oh,
erroneous graphic. All good though.
unfortunate.
We'll see. So that means Icebox is still in contention. Like which one is it? I'm not sure.
I think
But we'll,
Icebox
we'll
is
see when that updates.
also. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so
But in the
Icebox is banned,
meantime,
Bind is banned, Corrode is banned. What's picked? Oh, they picked Sunset for their first map. Got it. Okay, well, just like you said, we'll be excited to see some Neon Sunset action. It's always so great to see her flying across the site. And we'll
sliding
see how
in.
they deal with it.
Yeah, that was an interesting approach yesterday. With I think only one of the teams ran that neon on Sunset, but
Hmm.
giving you such great mobility, giving you that sliding. We saw a knife dodge, a little knife fights ring around the rosy yesterday, as Neon's movements just so quick, so fast, just able to run around in a bulletless situation and manage to get that knife kill at the end.
Yeah, I'd actually argue that one of the most important parts on Sunset about having a neon is not the slide at all. It's the fast lane and the relay bolt. That relay bolt is so
Hmm.
good to secure at least a little breather for your team to move into a site, and also the fast lane providing a channel to kind of weave in and out of, find info while still being concealed. That kind of stuff just makes or breaks execute. And we have
Exactly.
Lotus for the second map, right? And then they banned Corrode and they banned Ascent. So Haven
So
is
we're gonna
left
end up with
over for the Decider. What do you think's gonna come out for these team comps on there?
I think they're gonna have a much different approach, right? We're going from a 2-site to two back-to-back 3-site maps. Obviously, they're gonna want to try to end it in 2 if they can, but going into two back-to-back 3-sided maps, I think whoever can get if that win on Lotus, if it goes to 3, is gonna have a good feel going into Haven, right? They're gonna feel pretty good about how they're tackling the 3 sites, how they're able to keep that info, try to lock down certain areas while giving up others, and just keep that info, keep
Yeah,
control
I mean,
over such a large map.
I love the concept of push and pull, and it is really put on display for those three site maps. Um, yeah, I think Sunset though is the one to take a look at because their mid is so different from all of the other mids.
Mm-hmm.
I liken it to Ascent, but it's not like Ascent very much. There isn't a way to get into A from the bulk of mid. The top, if you want to go for top mid control, that's the way to put together a split. But actually, the A split comes from elbow and main, and I just like how meticulous of a strategy you have on that map. So, without further ado, let's go on to the agent select for Sunset, and let's see what happens.
Let's see, indeed. See what we run into with Sunset. So as we load into Sunset, hosted in LA, of course, the LA Champs map got released right at Champs, along with Gecko. Picks coming in early, a lot of soft locks.
Yeah.
I see a Vise on the field. Surprisingly, no Neon from yeah, definitely a staple, especially after the release here. But we do see a Neon popping up for Team Boogers, but not on the player that I expected. Keo deciding to pull in the Neon.
Oh, it's Rizora on the classic Yoru. This is what I wanted to see. I had such fond memories of seeing Rizora. Okay, well, I've gotten disappointed 3 times in a row this series. I don't know if it's not my series, I guess, but I hope it is. I hope it is Rizora's team. I'll just say Booger Eaters. Yeah. I hope it is theirs. So, like, looking at this double initiator setup, what can you tell me about why they decide to pick Fade over Sova? What's kind of the things going through their mind right now?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fades on Sunset. There's some good lineups, especially for the eye. There's one, especially fighting over mid, talking about that mid control, landing it up on that wire. Now, are people aware of it? Maybe, but if you can get it out in time, get a flash out, not let them catch that eye, not let them shoot it ahead of time, just get some cover. That can be a very valuable piece there, along with those prowlers being able to go into those tight areas, check those corners on Sunset having a lot of boxes, having a lot of little tight one-off angles, having to clear multiple ways as you push out in the site can be really difficult. Using that prowler, getting that free life to go check, see what's happening before you push in is very valuable to just keep your people alive, keep that player advantage.
Yeah, there's so much displacement on the side of Booger Eaters, and that Sova, while it is powerful, I think that might have been a foregone, a bygone days, because there isn't like such a big Cypher meta on Sunset anymore. Vise is a staple, and sometimes you even see Chamber being run with that newly buffed Trip. So let's get straight into this game and see what we got on our hands.
Yeah, as we head into the pistol round, not going to be too much to really pull up here. A couple of ghosts on the field. I am seeing a Frenzy out of Omi on the raise, so maybe looking to satchel in, get some spray down with that Frenzy, let the bullets fly, and try to get a pick or two early.
You'd think that it would be better to have a shorty for that, no?
You would think, but maybe with that backup, having some people behind him, just getting the bullets down range.
Oh, that's good info.
Worried about closing the space.
At least they're starting off with a default, trying to cement their mid control. Probably gonna break market door. There it is. Just threaten that space. Katashio up on top, and the Frenzy does claim a dink, but it's still Katashio too strong. And before he perishes, he wants to evade, to get at least 1 kill. ahead of the boom bop. That wasn't about to happen. Rezi though staying so solid. Keo on the back end as well. So we see just a shutdown in market. What was happening there? Was there no util to help? Help me out, AG.
That was a rapid round. It felt like Spike was left in spawn. It seemed like they were just kind of trying to feel it out, but I guess found the timings, found what they were looking for, managed to push in, got that relay bolt off, stunned everybody in market. I guess, you know, maybe a little miscommunication on the for Team Booger Eaters there. Someone thinks they're watching that market door, and they manage to slide in and start picking them off before they can react.
Yeah, and if you're on the side of Must See TV, you've got to hit those aim duels. You've got to win them the first time you see it, because you've got no refight potential. Maybe a Sova Dart or like the Arc Rose, but you see that there's not much displacement on their team either. Like no breach, certainly no neon. Seize comes through. It's good for one, separating them. Keo claims the life of Fed. And still spraying through, wants to delay another bit, and that spam is just going to hold them in place with the dark cover as well. But the swings come out, it's the pistols who come on top instead, and now the A site is open for the taking, but not if Katashio has something to say about it. It's the Marshal to lock down that angle, and the Paranoia as well. Smoke does go down. Oh my gosh, Swiftby with the Phantom! Katashio goes down for the count. And this has suddenly turned from a solid situation, so much resistance from those better guns. Rezi has to dig this out of the dirt right now. And that metal is going to put that into killing distance. Although Rezi does recover, it's still a precarious situation. You have to clear this tight angle. You're not there. You didn't hit the shot. And now it's a 1-1 scoreline. Must See TV are looking really good, having recovered those two rifles, passing them around. Look at the money.
That is exactly what you want from Must See TV coming out of that first round pistol loss, right? Being able to get that eco, flip the script, fight up against those rifles, get those rifles down early, and then scoop them up for yourself. Use those to your advantage on your opponent's dime. Their economy is looking great, coming in full buys for Must See TV here. Well, Booger Eaters are going to have to save heavily. Only 3 sheriffs coming out, no shields for anyone.
Yeah. And the aim duels are flipped on their head, and you see Keo taking early duels. It's just Fed right there in the bottom mid to clear that out. Keo, a little bit of misadventure. And now let's see that tucked little position. Oh, Katashio isn't found immediately and actually claims Sloppy's life. But it's Fed to trade again to defend against these early pushes. Fed so easy onto Razora now. Spot plant already going down, and that's the round. Rezi without a peep.
Fed just going massive here from Must See TV. Manages to take Keo out early. Keo 4 kills on the board already in just 2 rounds. Managed to take that raid boss out. Came in hot. Fed finding his footing and manages to get that shot back. Takes 4 in the round. Yeah. All 4. First 4. What a way to start.
Yeah, I mean, it was an eco round. But you wanted to see a little bit more out of Keo and that early aggression. Maybe an investment into a tiny piece of util might have helped make that fight a little bit more possible. But already the info is given over. Yeah, starting a little bit of aggression on the ace side, but not much util counter investment from the defender. So let's see what's transpiring. Sheer is already tripped, and Noi just can slink back, remove a little bit more util and info from the defender side.
The defender is not really budging. They've seen contact on both sites, but still managing to stay together. Leaning towards A here.
Oh, that's such a good stun, but Sloppy somehow gets it through the concussion. I thought it was Keo's win to have for sure. And now the remaining players on site, Zeke and Razora, have to defend the fort because the remaining ones are separated by these smokes, but it's Katashio playing ahead of the smoke actually. Dark cover not mattering at all, and Feds has to scrape this out of the barrel. And Razora goes down for the count, but Zeke, luckily with the trade, that was just a feast for my eyes on the kill feed.
Shots coming in left, right, and center. coming in quick as well. Booger Eaters getting their second back on the board, tying it back up. But man, what a hold. They held strong, didn't want to give up any early picks, managed to just, you know, they have to plant the spike. They have to come to us. Let's just stay back and prevent them from getting on the site, or prevent them from getting that spike down. And if we have to, play retake. And it worked too exceptionally there.
Yeah. I like that they had something to fight after that initial play as well. Normally, when you invest that forward space, you don't have an answer, or maybe you're not thinking ahead to what you got to do after the fact if it fails or continues to win out. But look at, you can already see market control being completely taken away. This is really constricting for the defense now. At least we take down the mid player from Rizora. Stellar work, but you've got to keep delivering. And let's see if Brezzy can handle that as well. Ooh, just with a Bulldog, able to take down their counterpart. Noi goes down, Swiffy trades out, and it's a team effort, Kyo and Katashio, to end it. Trades go all the way for the defenders.
Omi almost had that collateral there. Two players lining up for Must-See TV. Or, sorry, for Booger Eaters, but able to get the shot back. Kyo manages to dodge that collat, gets the shot back onto Omi, secures that round. 3-2 for Booger Eaters.
Yeah. I'm still interested in how they're going to make use of this, all this good displacement util on the defender side. They have just been investing maybe a fault line and then getting Kyo forward. Maybe you want to try it a little bit more aggressively, more investment to come out. And you see multiple players following their lead into the back lines.
A massive push-up from Booger Eaters, taking all that mid-space and collapsing down on Must-See TV here. The fault line might give them away if they cross over, but they've got the team pinched.
Oh my gosh!
Run in.
What a 2K!
Oh
so quick on it, and overdrive. Yeah, you want to go for it, feeling yourself, right? But Brezzy already on the off angle. They weren't ready for him, but luckily they did turn just in time. And oh my gosh, that classic after the Blade Storm. I felt like I just watched a meat grinder spin out of control. Both sides had their moments, yeah, but like, I have to hand it to both. Yeah, I think I'm just at a loss for words, man.
I'm with you. I really thought after the double outlaw kill from Kyo sliding in, like that was the open you want, right? From your entry duelist, getting in there, getting 2 picks in, you know, sure they died, but you know, they got their value. But you know, they just, Booger Eaters managed to lock it down, Must-See TV managed to keep it locked and get that kill out.
Yeah. Kyo. Oh, utilist. You have 2 defenders, 2 initiators behind you, but maybe they were just trying to swing out before any util was given, so that you know, nobody was expecting. But when you're playing contact against this comp, you have to expect that someone somewhere is holding you.
100%, especially with all of the info that Must-See or Booger Eaters have, right? Having that Fade Eye, having the Vise with the flash that gives you that info. They can tell if you're pushing up on either of these mains, so you definitely want to try to push them out if you can. Get that space. Rocket coming out from Raze.
Showstopper coming in, definitely gonna clear out Zeke. And they have A-Site for free. Although there's the From the Shadows, it's much too late as already so much space is taken. Yeah, you might put the dark cover on and the paranoia. Oh, wait, they were actually waiting to play for the, Katashio. Are you ready? So are you still ready to claim some heads? There it is. Gets a dink onto Fed, but it's just Brezzy encircled from all sides as the dust clears. Ooh, it could have gone really well for the defenders, but it just didn't.
Yeah, it looked like just a little bit of missed timing on that util, right? Katashio going up for that teleport play, gets the blind off. Enemies can't hear them. Manages the TP up on top of boxes, but then gets caught by their own breaches fault line, gets that stun. Maybe, you know, put a little damper in that play and allow the attackers to come back, regather their troops, and get that fight off.
Yeah, because the timing would have been to keep going and take more space on the site. And right now they are investing a little bit more util to take space into main, but yeah, that's a dead giveaway for the attackers. Must-See TV do not want anything to do with that push. But look at how far they've encircled. Katashio about to be tested. Doesn't pass it on the first try and maybe gets another one. Kyo on the other side, though, finding Noi. That's good. But Brezzy is faced with an impossible task as multiple attackers converge on his position. It's just Rizora on the back end, does find Fed through the wall. And now, 2v3, this might be doable. Lots of util to take fights with. Ooh, Sloppy getting a little bit more sloppy than they want to, maybe. And now, Omi revealed, and all the timings aren't working out. None of them are. Gun not out at the right time, and Rizora just wants to take advantage of it. But maybe Zeke's the one that's caught. Rizora wasn't able to trade on 3 HP. No util left. This is almost impossible. Has to come down to the wire, and Sloppy cuts it down.
Both attacker and defender on 1 bullet. 3 HP for Rizora, 25 for Sloppy. Whoever landed the first shot got that round. And Sloppy able, with that drone coming out, getting the tag, knowing exactly where Rizora is at, able to get that first shot off.
Yeah.
But both teams now with Econ back into play. Full rifles all across, 2 heavy shields and some lights. However, Booger Eaters definitely want to get a win here, try to get that momentum back on their side, get the Econ rolling back for them, get that money flowing into their pockets.
I feel like they're being brave with their util at the wrong time on the defender side to take space. It's always like, it always allows for the attackers to give them space and continue taking it on the outside. And you see Katashio right here. Oh, finding a great flick onto Swifties as well. It's just Katashio's show. Almost single-handedly holding down that site. Yes, with the assist of Brezzy, but that was such a hard split to have. You had Jet in that cloud burst on your right, and Swifties swinging straight into your into your field of view. Not even crosshairs. That was an amazing adjustment.
And that's exactly what you wanted to see from Booger Eaters, right? Sitting there, no money, just bought up, just got all their guns, and able to keep everyone alive, all guns coming in, and win cash in your pocket. What a better way to run.
Yeah. What is the plan now? They're still having a little bit more presence, and that Steel Garden is just going to shove it right back in that presence's face. And now Resort has taken one of the spears of the attack and execute. And I don't think these ults are really making a difference. Yeah, maybe causing a little bit of confusion, but all it's been is just a flare to let the defenders regroup and, know what's exactly happening on site. And yes, a swing from default might have caught somebody unawares, but it's not going to work this time. Team effort from Booger Eaters. Gosh, I guess I still...
Very creative names here in the Sunrise Arena. Teams picking whatever they want, including maybe their nose. So running in, but that's exactly what we wanted to see. Booger Eaters trying to get those defensive rounds back on the board. Sunset being a 2-sided map usually leans to those 2-side maps usually lean a little more defensive. So they're trying to get as many rounds on the board as they can. Musty TV trying to claw them away. Going into this 5-5, we could see it. Even Stevens at the half.
Yeah. I think with the composition that they have, even if they might have not played it optimally on defense, having a round lead is certainly going to make their attack half so much easier.
I would agree, definitely with that double initiator.
Starting in, Brezzy finding the raise, and understand that Fed is already through. You've got to have that call coming through that somebody might be in Boba. Oh my gosh, why doesn't my Spectre do that? And Fed, yep, already seen, but it's not enough as Fed does claim Rizora. It's 1v2, Sloppy absolutely dead on arrival. I might have believed in it if it was a Phantom, but Zeke's reaction time, at least that was good enough to stop the Spectre train.
If that, yeah, like you said, if that wasn't a Spectre, if that was anything with a little more kick, that's a double kill spray transfer right there. And this round's looking a lot different. They're coming in last round before the half. Booger Eaters, tons of cash in the bank.
Yeah.
Must See TV looking to try to get, looks like they will be able to get everybody on a full buy here for this last round. Try to equal it out to a 6-6, call that round back, and start back off on equal footing, and hope that their defensive half they can push that lead ahead.
Yeah, I think this might just end up on a 7-5. I'm not really excited about their current positions. I think the Burger, sorry, not Burger Boys, Booger Eaters defense is going to be ready for this. You see Brezzy already on the off angle, ready to punish, but it's Brezzy that is going to be punished, and Katashio has to contend with almost an impossible fight to take, at least take sound 2, but maybe that's good enough. We'll see all of this defense converging, trying to suss out what kind of space they still have as that shear is still down. Kyo, you've got to watch out! Sloppy is going to check because that shear is down as well. So Rizora with the Rolling Thunder. That's going to be a crucial piece of util to try and open things up. But they don't know anywhere where any of these post-plant defenders are on this site. So that very well might be wasted. And you see a ping coming out from Zeke right there. Use that Rolling Thunder on main instead. This is clearly a setup. Oh, the showstopper though, ahead of the Rolling Thunder. Omi, right idea, right place, and made me eat my words.
What a good response there from Must See TV, just locking down that main, not letting them come in. And interestingly, not even pushing for backside control. They only took that front sight, held it down, paid a little tap to try to bait any of the defenders out. Nobody reacted since they were all off site. Decided to get that plant off and just, you guys can have backside. We have plant down. We'll play post plant. And it worked out beautifully for them.
And it was just, if that Kyo was able to make a little bit more difference on the flank, that might have just gave the rest of the defenders enough confidence to continue moving and not be so wishy-washy with the Rolling Thunder and actually put it towards timely use. Right? They were always already so pressured, and Kyo bounding in. Oh my gosh! Almost catches Swiffies with the frenzy in pistol in hand. And now Zeke, do they want to execute right here? Because they've lost their market control, or at least what they could have had. Oh my gosh, Noi being trapped by this. What's... Okay, right. Yep. Because that goes down, you have the element of surprise, and now Brezzy has to contend with an aim duel. It's 2v2 right now. Rizora making it work. Just a smidgen of HP. Not for long, though, because those paint shells have done her in. Katashio moving across. Surely Omi expects this. There it is.
20 HP with a frenzy, he's letting those bullets fly for sure. It's surely damage been called out. They know that Katashio is weak there. Omi willing to just swing it and start spraying. All he needs one.
Yeah.
But interesting role in here for Booger Eaters. Not losing that first round, they're going to have to save. They do have that double initiator team comp that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But Kyo kind of running in before that initiator util can really back him up and help him out getting into these sites.
It has to be more cohesive. You've got two great initiators, like the best ones to have on Sunset, and that they're not being utilized well by the Neon is such a something to fix in the later rounds, and maybe they can have a timeout or something. But Katashio actually finding two. It's just the Katashio show, I feel like. I've been uttering that name so many times, but it's Kyo this time to offer up some resistance, and maybe Noi passes that challenge. It's still going to be have to be a 2v3 retake, especially on the second round against these new and revitalized attackers with those rifles. Oof.
Oh, Fed. Trying to find the right click with the classic pushing in through the smoke. Outlaw seeming a little dangerous to push in there, but caught in the timing by Resort.
Just 1 versus 3. Noi with the Spectre. Just Resort low. And it's a double peek. Well done. That's great teamwork, and I hope we see more of that in the coming rounds.
Like we were saying, with the Neon running in without kind of having that backup initiation, as I was watching the minimap last round, it was interesting. Neon by themselves kind of pushing up through mid, almost playing that flank lurker role. And completely separated from the team, just solo in mid. Very interesting approach. Usually you'd see like either your doubled up agent there or likely your sentinel. You know, you see a Vise lurking over there, but Again, looks like Neon running solo up tiles.
Oh, I love this position
Fed.
from Fed. Well done. On to Keo. That's always a mix-up that some agents like Chamber, Jet, that's just lovely to see. And now Sloppy's so far up with the Outlaw, going to be caught. That's not planned for, right? Surely
not. Surely, you just
Oh.
didn't think he was pushed up that far. You know, you'd expect him to be pre-aiming that corner.
Yeah, and Noi not being able to clear Brezzy right there. This has just been maybe a fumble from the defender's side, despite Fed's efforts on the first part. And now Brezzy has all the time in the world to just slink up and let their team know that the B site's free for the taking. And look at where Katashio is.
Katashio playing in dead center between the two defenders here. And the defenders know.
Hey, there it is. Omi understands where Katashio is, and Swiffy has made a lot of noise on the back end as well. So, yeah, you're right. That was so crucial. Having these lurks and then playing it a little bit slower. Brezzy and Katashio really opening up the round.
Omi only with the shorty, but holding mid top here, likely looking for exit frags, but I wouldn't be wanting to go into the next round only saving a shorty here. I'd try to at least get some kills or die to spike or something.
Yeah.
Here's the footsteps.
Hey.
Swings out, gets the one shot off, but cannot connect. Katashio getting that shot back.
That's still not the greatest money, though.
Yeah, Fun's looking a little rough here for Musty TV. Everybody able to buy up to full shields, but we do have a regen for Noi.
Yeah, I have to ask, what's their util look like if we could get a quick pan through? I can't like switch through the POVs, sorry. Because I can't see the overlay, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll just see
also, two Bulldogs coming out for Booger Eaters, even though they've got cash in the bank, just looking to bonus those rifles.
I mean, it's worked so well so far, why not?
Yeah, if it works, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep it running.
Oh no, Sloppy might be caught in a terrible situation, but Sloppy sharp enough to realize that there might be a recourse for Brezzy right there, and oh no, just gives it away a little bit, but Omi, wait a second, this could be huge! The Rosa, though, comes in! At least that wasn't so bad for the attacker's side. 3v2, Steel Garden just there to zone out. But maybe Noi can find a timing right there. No, the remaining shreds of the dark cover cloud their eyes. It's all on Swiffies. Swiffies spots Keo, but Keo spots Swiffies, and with no util, proactive util to fight up, this is just as worse of a situation as you can get. There is Brezzy to clean it up.
Yeah, I do not envy Swiffies in that situation, right? Coming in, having to check attackers on 3 literally different angles. No matter where you look, someone's going to be looking at you in a way you're not looking. But I think excellent util usage there from Breezy, right? Popping that Iron Garden and using it almost like a Killjoy ult to just make sure the defenders push off a site. If they stay there, you've got a weapons advantage. It's almost like coming into a save round. And otherwise, like, you at least buy that time, right? It kept the defenders out long enough to get that plan off uncontested.
Yeah.
Musty TV on a big save here. 2 Stingers coming in with a light NA save. Some Sheriffs and a Classic.
Yeah,
but not much to work with.
Yeah, with the comp that they have, though, they don't have much counter utility right there, except just giving up space, maybe a paint shell to delay, but that goes away as quickly as it comes. So now Fed. Gonna swing off of Omi's contact, but not before that flashpoint clears it out. Oh, it still gets 2? That play did work out pretty well for the economy that they had.
Yeah, that's really all you can ask for, right? On the save round, just try to get as many picks as you can, try to trade out your lives, and put a dent into the other team's economy. That said, Booger Eater is looking fantastic money-wise. Katashio with 8,500 in the bank.
Yeah. Just 1 marked, though, so we might not know whether somebody on flank or not, and this is going to slow it down, I think. That's 2 gunshots.
2 gunshots from 2 different guns, so they will know there are at least 2 people here in Elbow.
Yeah, but they're still keeping an eye on Link. So let's see.
Smoke's coming
Katashio ready with the paranoia. It's good for 3, I think. They're all holed up in this one position. Wait, they might just fight it out. Zeke, you have to be ready for another. And now Swifty's overhealed, but still on 39 HP despite Swifty's. If you get the drop on Katashio, this would be legendary. There it is!
Stinger!
Swifty saves the save!
What a massive round from Swifties, pulling out the 3K Stinger to clutch it up in the 1v1. And that's why a lot of these pro teams, the NA save, running those Stingers, they can put up massive damage as long as you can control that spray, get those shots to land on target. You can really upset rounds. Almost like a baby judge in a sense.
Yeah. And if you play the position, like the space taking right and the positioning, it's not like you're going to be in many unfavorable positions where a Stinger is that much worse than a rifle.
Precisely. You approach it slightly differently, but you can zone that out and make sure you have the advantage.
Exactly. Well put. And already it's a little bit of a pace change for the attacker side. Breaking market door early, finding that mid proper control, but still that mid top is blocked off.
Smoke drops from mid top. Fed holding with knives. Pop ready for someone to swing.
And it's going to be Kyo first. Oh, crouches straight under the Blade Storm knives. It's Katashio finding Fed again. Oh, they've just broken through the stone wall in top mid. And that's not what you want on the defender's side, because look at how separate they are. Maybe Omi can find something. Katashio ready for it, though. Ready enough to get the kill. And now 5v2. It's wrapped. Swifty might have a timing, though.
Swifty's definitely.
Surely they know that they've seeded mid control, so Brezzy is aware to get the trade and onto Noe as well. You've got to be kidding, Liam.
What a round from Booger Eaters, only losing 1 in the round. Money in the bank, looking good, feeling good, getting that round back. Only giving up 2 on this attack so far. The attack's been going super well for them. Those double initiators working out well after they a little shaky of a start. Kyo getting dropped a little early, but they've definitely pulled it back.
Yeah. We have to mention that the executes and the space taken with the util onto those extremities has been looking great. I think a lot of that shakiness was just from early game jitters on the coordination.
Oh, surely. Some nerves. You're in a big tournament. You're on the main stage. Oh God, Kate, raising money for ACLU. You want to go show up. You want to perform. You want to show your best. And you can take a little bit to play into that, get those nerves out of the system, start feeling good, feeling normal, and playing your best.
And also, if this might just be a Tuesday for you, regular day, because they're competing so much, you still want to be sharp because it's fun to play sharp.
Oh, 100%. You always want to go out in a good game. I'd rather lose top fragging than win with 3. You want to go out, you want to show, you want to click some heads. We all love that headshot sound. It keeps us addicted.
Oh, Kyo. Playing the lurk, knows that there's no shear. Oh, you might just be found. There it is. Fed sniffs Kyo out. He's ready for more, trying to get onto another off angle. Katashio has to dry peek this, but it's Katashio to understand where Fed is first. But look at where the spike is, Egalian.
Sitting in mid, broke market door, deciding to still commit to the B hit here.
Oh my. Big damage.
They just barrel in.
But look at the damage as well. Like that classic Hunter's Fury as well. It's just Brezzy left in this market position to try and salvage the round, but it's not going to happen. What a round from the defender side.
What an insane round. Sloppy pulling the Hunter's Fury from, I think that was Spawn, and just flinging it over to market, getting big damage on the attackers as they try to push in. Able to just chip away that damage, claw round back from Musty TV. And that's exactly what they wanted to see here. Try to get that script flip, try to get some money back in their pockets. Full rifles along with whatever they could pick up that last round. Yeah. Looking good, heading in, trying to tie it up 10-10.
I wonder if the approach will change.
Deep Eye coming all the way up. Oh!
No.
Fed and Omi early picks.
If there was any change, it didn't get its wings to fly, so Fed is just gonna keep feeling good and going towards the kills. There it is. Yep. Finish it up. Yep, get your 3K.
Dash back online. All down to Breezy in the 1v5. spike down, and the defenders own it in tiles. Omi coming in quick.
Yeah.
Double satchel in, gets the spray down, gets the headshot on the breezy, secures that round for Must See TV, bringing us back to 10-all.
Yeah, with that aim dual focus comp on the defense, it's so surprising how they're able to take so much space. And maybe if you're on the side of the attackers, you want to throw proactive util to catch them or set up trap plays, because you know they're going to go for that kind of send somebody in and hope they get kills play.
Yeah, and that might be precisely what they're discussing in this timeout, right? Trying to find, they've been having a better attacking half, but Must See TV's been able to claw their way back into this, try to pick apart where they're failing, where they're dropping a player or two, where they're getting chip damaged out, see if they can maybe play a little better going into the situations, try to get some initiation in there, get a little info before they send the Keo in as the Neon sliding in to try to take out those fights.
Yeah. I wonder what has to be done though. Which extremity would be enough of a like a place of contention for the defense that it would be worth investing that util early for the attacker side? And don't get me wrong, they have a lot of it, but util is util.
Very much so. You want to use it if you've got it. Try to spin every single gunfight into your advantage with whatever you have available in your pockets. Seeing a lot of pings coming up from both teams. Interestingly enough, a bunch on A. It looks like the defenders might do an A push out here to try to meet the attackers early in A mid, or A main, sorry, along with maybe a tiles push coming up, trying to push from mid top, but the defenders seemingly are aware of that as well. Now going for the market door shut as first.
Yeah, look,
instead.
Katashio already head on a swivel, understands that they might have taken space A main. Yeah, look at the pings coming out as well. Well done. Wait, that's a play for the fault line. So Resort has that fault line out, ready to collapse on that single defender on A site. Oh, Fed is gonna have to contend with such a hard problem, and the fault line, Keo swings before it too.
Yeah, I think they were a little worried about committing it and not getting value out, but by waiting, Keo dry swinging out, caught by Fed before they can get that fault line out, and able to get out and get two.
Yeah. Oh my. And that's what I said earlier. You want to use the util proactively to help your fight, not after the fact to kind of salvage out the trades.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's something like a lot of Valorant players struggle with, right? Like wanting to save their util for the perfect scenario, try to get maximum value out of what they're using. But sometimes it's better to just send it. You send that fault line, you swing it, there's nobody there. I mean, sure, they know you're there, but you're also running in with a Neon, right? They're going to hear it if they're close enough. That gives you that advantage.
30 seconds left.
A trade. But do they have more to offer? Oh gosh, it's Resora. Sorry, Crisis reverted. I should have said Resora. But yeah, Rezi already with a head on a swivel. It's now a 1v3. And they do know where Katashio is. So if Katashio starts making that noise right now, perfect dark cover right here. Oh my gosh, yeah. If it weren't for that showstopper, I think Katashio would have gotten out of that.
I'm with you. I think Katashio just trying to get that plant down, get that extra plant economy, a little extra cash in the pocket for his team, but Omi reading that like going back to what we were saying, right? They had the player advantage, but that showstopper guarantees a kill as long as you land within 5 feet of them. So might as well use it if you can just secure that round and you get that kill. You're saving your money, you're saving your extra util, and rolling in with a little more advantage.
Now it's the defender lead with a really bad buy on the attacker's side. Yeah, you have a bunch of util still, but you've still got to use it. Keo taking matters into his own hands. Sloppy goes down for the count, and they might have just been caught in that relay bolt if it weren't for that wall geometry. And luckily Keo trades out, but Fed's ready on the chase. Onto Katashio, there it is. Onto Keo as well. Zeke trades finally, but it's just Zeke left with a classic no can do.
Must See TV locking down A site, bringing us to match point. Very interesting push going into the site there, but honestly, they actually going back and forth. I've lost what happened there. I think Keo got in with a good push there, managed to full sprint past the Fade Eye, didn't get scanned, and maybe got a little bit of a timing on that first kill, but then the relay bolt not coming off as they wanted, catches themselves in it. They get the trade to get that shot onto Omi after they get the kill, but the defenders able to just collapse down, retake site, and clear out the rest of the attackers.
This is match point with
Early
such
up.
a back by. Oh, Kyo's so desperate. No util to help. Not even a fault line. And Fed just takes care of it all in mid. Where are they going? Wait, Katashio gets a free from the shadows into the site, and Swiffies shuts it down, prevents him from making it work. Oh man,
Swifty's on low HP after that judge too from Kyo.
Falling to pieces. This looks like a mental breakdown.
Down to a 1v5.
And it ends
Fed with the op.
just like that. Unlucky, but it was a close affair. So we're gonna go into map 2 with our heads held high, hopefully for Zeke and Co. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Sunrise Arena, hosted by Ohgawdevents and Core Gaming. I am one of your hosts, AG, here with Silky Smooth, and we just saw some incredible action here on Sunset. But before we kick it off, we can get into our next map on Lotus. Want to give a quick shout out to Core Gaming, one of the hosts, one of the sponsors, major sponsors of this tournament. Not only are they doing giveaways, but they've also dropped new merch, brand new merch, fresh off the presses. We've got arm sleeves, we got socks, we got t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, jerseys, all sorts of accessories, all available on coregaming.com. And make sure when you swing by, use promo code COREKATE, that is QORKATE, all caps, to get a discount off of that Core Gaming merch.
Yeah, and just a little side note, Core also has an amazing podcast about all things esports and video games, hosted by the wonderful Ennis, Galaxy, and Danny. It's just Danny. Danny, who taught me everything I know about music production. He's an amazing artist as well. And Ennis, well, he's a great guy, and he's been always involved, trying out new things, trying to expand his horizons as well. Recently, now he's in the FGC, I think. It's always great to see him around, and please do support and continue to give back to pay it forward for our charity sponsors as well, and also Core for hosting this tourney.
And as we said,
it.
Getting in quick into Lotus. We did hear from production that one of the players this might be their last game. Afterwards, they might have to get a sub to roll in for the team. So trying to get this one going quick and fast so we can try to get them through this game. Hopefully play out with full strength teams.
Yeah, let's
coming into Lotus.
Select.
Yeah,
and
here
what
on
do
Lotus.
You want to see here?
I think you're gonna at least, you're gonna want to have at least a sentinel somewhere, right? Usually posted up on C, trying to hold that C control. But some initiation coming in as well. Kyo hovering over a Yoru could be an easy pick, and a chamber from Noi looking to lock down C long, right? Play that headhunter, play that TP. Oh, but we got baited. Noi flipping back to Vise
4 times
on the soft lock. They just love to play with production. The full team locking in all at once. Must see TV. A unified effort coming in.
Yo, that went kind of hard.
Yeah, that's some aura right there. They're feeling themselves coming to Lotus on a high.
Yeah, and for you have Clove instead of Omen on the side of Must See TV, which is a little bit strange given their desire to fight up. But I guess they have enough displacement that they don't need the paranoia for the A main fight. We'll see what their exact strategy is, but I hope it is utilizing that C's nade and then getting a neon inserted in order to really make a difference.
And deciding to only come in with Vise's flash, right? The other team being able to pull that Yoder in, having the double flash plus a clone plus the Vise flash, giving them a little more entry there, being able to blind out their opponents and try to push into sites quickly.
Yeah. So with the attacking side, they're posturing towards C first. They want to start this off on the weak side where maybe there's not much investment in the shear, just Razor Vines, etc. Right? Like that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, especially as they try to work their way in. Usually you do see a little pressure coming out, trying to push for that A rebel control, but the defenders deciding to flip the script and just go for that C push early, try to get that info, figure out who's playing on C. I'm sure they're likely expecting a Vise here, but this early hit, usually you don't stack seed on your start round, so this could go really well for Booger Eaters.
And there's no resistance on the A Rebels take, and already you see so much velocity on that communication. Katashio does get out, not very unscathed though. It's Noi to be pressured in by this paranoia. Oh, there's a swing into it. Katashio is none the wiser as to where Noi is, and it's gonna be Noi to continue to pop heads. And it all falls apart for the attack. No players left. It's just a flawless retake and maybe even just contest. They planted the spike and went straight into panic mode.
What a round from Must See TV. It looked like Crisis Averted running into a Crisis Resora coming through and catching Noi with the flash in hand, but backed out. I think saw somebody else in the smoke, got a little spooked and tried to run for it. Must See TV capitalizing on that and just collapsing down, taking the rest of the site. A flawless, no better way to start off a half, start off a round, start off a match.
Yeah. Do we want to see more aggression, more defaulty style? Like, what do you think would best serve them right now?
I feel like on that C round, that first round, barreling into C and trying to get that early advantage, definitely it was a good play to try to pick out here. But coming into this next round, they're on the save. They don't have the money to push in and really fight heavily. So I think I'm expecting a B hit. Interestingly enough, the defenders keeping the same stack that they had in the first round, four stacked up on A, bunch pushing out Rebel, but attackers lurking their way at B main.
Exactly, deep smoke, and then immediately getting into position to rotate. This is another contest onto site, and Omi taking down Kyo. This doesn't go well at all with the stingers coming out in the kill feed. It's just Katashio as the smoke fades, and as the smoke fades, Katashio goes down as well. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of an expensive round. You did get two more players besides the ones you killed in killing distance with that with the damage that's done, but it's still not ideal, right? You've invested so much, you have to save again on the attack side, no less.
Yeah, I feel like that's not exactly how Booger Eaters wanted that to come out. Going for that NA save, going for all stingers, you're looking to get a lot of damage and try to flip that script, flip that save round by kind of forcing up in a sense, having to save 2 rounds in a row. Only coming in with what you typically see in the second round and the third round. While Must See TV's got some rifles, got 2 bulldogs, but also still a little hurt econ wise as well.
I feel like they have to.
So it might not be as detrimental.
They have to start playing with the rotates and getting them out of position, and you see it's just a massacre right now because the defense is already here. The cavalry, it doesn't matter how fast you go because the defense is just as fast, if not faster, on the rotates.
Yeah, these defenders are reacting extremely quick to any site, any pressure, anywhere. That being info or no info, the lack of info, they're using that to their advantage as well. If they're not here, well, they're not A main, they're not Rebel. Well, they've got to be B or C. Let's just start running, and we'll see where they land. And they're able to just collapse onto them as they try to push out on these sites. I think for Booger Eaters, they're going to have to go for either a very quick hit and get that site and lock it down, or they're going to have to start playing these sites, try to bait out A, tickle around a little bit, and then flip it over to a B or C.
Look at this. Look at this. This for the first time a contest onto A Rebel, and oh my gosh, you let Fed get away with the Bucky kill, but Resora, it doesn't matter for her. It's so clean! And now Resora has salvaged this, killing 3 in a line, making it a 2v1. It slowed down all but fell silent. Exactly, and Noi moving in, maybe trying to catch Brezzy so quickly, but Brezzy slips into the door, and now it's just a little bit more silent, but this could all come to a head right here. Yep, they're aware of Noi's position.
But Noi finds the Phantom, gets an upgrade from that Bulldog.
Might it be enough? They know where Noi is. Exactly. I think Brezzy would have caught the edge of Noi's model on in their view. Now Brezzy, they're all holed up in back sight. These two, Resora and Brezzy, standout players, still here. And now Noi, the jig is up. Paranoia comes through. It doesn't hit, but it's enough to continue to stall. Oh, what a crispy double peek from Resora and Brezzy.
Well done. Pulling up big. Getting those 3 kills in that scrap on Rebel, right? Getting that timing, manages to get past Rebel and pick them off one by one. Flips the script, pulls it back into a 2-1 advantage, and manages to secure that round. Brezzy and Zora hooking up together, getting that double peek. I was surprised Brezzy didn't pop that flash to try to get that info and maybe push off of that. It's kind of saved it. It got spotted, but the double peek just too strong.
Yeah. I think
Noi on the Vise with an operator on C. You rarely see a move like this. Early peek out, but cannot get that connection.
Yeah, there's... but the attackers were aware. They saw the pre-fire come out too.
Yeah.
Control of sight.
No, having to give a lot of space.
Yeah, but what about Omi and Brezzy right here? And oh, Brezzy wins out. A slow start, but still makes it work. Still driving a line in this rotate. So it's not as clean of a reinforcement as the defense would like. Look at Keo, so proactive with a double into Waterfall. That's exactly what you want to see from Keo right there. So what, you're quick on the rotate. They've still got control of sight. They're able to set up plays like this on their own. Keo chasing like a shark that's just smelled blood in the water, and Noi repelling for a second. And maybe you want to keep this up, but all of this aggression is on you. And that up is going to the wrong place. Well, into the void, but you know. Don't want to lose that.
From the attackers, I think, you could tell they got into a 4v1 and they did not want him to have that op going into the next round. They wanted to get that off the board, get that off the field, and not have to worry about that, one shot, one kill weapon. Just equal out that advantage, get rid of that C, hold that they can have. And really didn't lose too many people in the process of hunting it down. Like the trades, I'd take some of those for that off getting out of here.
Have Booger Eaters found the formula to continue to gather space elsewhere while the bulk of the defense continues to move off of that early aggression? Time will tell. And there we go, showstopper, but it's clean! It's cleared out! Nobody wants anything to do with it, but Sloppy still picks up 2 on the backside! Finding that space, finding that info. Now Sloppy is in a prime position to fight, but Keo, with the blind side, takes it first, gets out with the gate crash. That's exactly what you want to see, evening it up, and Fed just catching their exit. Noi with the Steel Garden. There's only 1 rifle left for the attackers for just these few seconds, and it's all onto Brezzy, but Brezzy can't deliver just yet. The classic does ring true, and now Keo still gathering information, gathering the spike as well. I'm assuming that they're going to go for a different site. That's it. Leave them in the dust, and now Keo has a chance to bring it back.
And fakes the TP and tree. Defenders unsure. Did he actually teleport back, or was it a fake? And that stopped the defense in their tracks. Keo will get a free plant off of that.
Keo also has time to maneuver, maybe forward, but maybe that's exactly what the defenders are expecting. Although there really isn't any re-clearing util, and now Keo can hear all of this. Revolving door being opened right now. Keo getting himself into a prime position. Arc Rose doesn't hit, and there's this element of surprise. Keo finds Noi and understands that Swiffies has moved into the site. Keo, ring around the Rose, playing mind games with the remaining defenders, and Swiffy has no choice but to show their hand. Keo, oh no, you've just been smoked off. You gotta go fast. It's a stick. But Swiffies has gotten off, and Keo is calling the bluff beautifully. Keo, you're a hero!
Keo with 4 coming up massive for Booger Eaters, locking that round down. The outplay, that outplay potential from Yoru on full display as he just annihilates C-Site, right? Manages to trick those defenders, keep them stalled, keep them holding back towards A, worried about that A plant until the C plant comes off, and then is able to play with whatever info they had, play around that, dodges the Vise flash, thinking Waterfall's clear, gets the 1v1 on Vise, and able to just play time out. Play for that spike, gets the kill in the end, but playing for the win condition, locking in these rounds, bringing them back to even.
Now you have to be aware of the aggression coming out from the defender side on A. But that shear is ready. Kyo, with your outlaw. It's now just fed with the bucky. Do they expect more? Noi. Oh! Kyo goes down for the count. And it's just that. Unlucky. Outlaw still, yeah, not gonna be picked up. There's just too many good,
rifles in
good
hand.
guns
Don't
on
let
the
that
race.
outlaw die.
Yeah.
Must
I've
see
bonused
TV.
an outlaw for like 8 rounds in a row. You wouldn't believe. I love that gun.
Oh, I can see it. Those quick double shots, a little bam bam. Especially if you can get a tag on somebody earlier, chip that damage away. All you need is 10 HP off the top, and that's a one-hit kill all day, every week.
It's so strong, man.
It's so ridiculous, especially if you know there's your opponents are running in with light shields.
Oh,
Defense
Katasio.
switching it up, not fighting for A. Vice pulled off a C to lock down A site.
Yeah, and it's not like a quick rotate. It's just gonna be a kind of a trap play, but it's maybe Omi gonna be trapped watching Swiffies die without a peep to return, but it's fed so sharp, finding Katasio and Kyo, bring it to a 3v3. Omi has to get out, so space is still maintained by the attackers. We'll see where they take it now. All falls silent on the battlefield. Speds move in, trying to figure out if they're still trying to aggress C, but that smoke was perfect. You saw Fed didn't want to give up that that position on top of site, and in doing so, that costed precious time. Noi doesn't find a hit on B, so it has to be A. But do the defenders know? Are they aware of this? The start cover comes down on stairs. It's gonna be the sheer to pop, and Noi's getting wise to it. The noise comes through.
Or open
Do
TP
find
through.
sight. Yeah. But the slow, it slowed them down, and that allows the backside defenders to get into position, but not so much. Omi has to drop down and find Risora somehow, and it's now suddenly Fed finding 4 to get this 4-4 scoreline. And I never expected that to happen because they were totally disadvantaged.
Yeah, they definitely fought their way out of a hole there, flipping the script and taking that disadvantage, finding those ones, isolating their shots, and just slowly picking apart the attackers as they try to come into sight. And beautifully executed. You know, there's not much more you can ask for than that.
Yeah, that was beautiful, I guess. It was just one kill after another. Perfect switching of responsibilities and who peaks first and who continues to fall back and trade.
That drop
Well
from
done.
Omi out of heaven.
Yeah, I would never have expected
Got away
that.
with one there.
And because on the attacker's side, you're not expecting some kind of play to work like that, you didn't prepare the positions beforehand. So now, fighting up on Mound, it's anyone's game right now, but it's Risora's to win first. And Kyo does go down onto main.
Omi
it's a
also
4v4.
tagged.
Yeah.
Low HP. That door play, I don't feel like it's working out the way that they want it to.
Exactly, and Brezzy finds a defender already. They don't have to go C. This was perfect. Brezzy's so aware of the flank and what the enemy Vice could do.
And this is exactly what we were talking about, trying to bait some of those rotates out, right? The defenders were really quick to rotate and really quick to adapt to where that hit was coming from. The attackers able to get that fake off, put that pressure on C,
and
actually splitting the defenders off. This is beautiful for Brezzy if Swifty swings this.
Brezzy has a little bit of a window before they come into a double peek. Brezzy still has to hold the fort down as the remaining post planters are still gathering their forces, ready, holding this line, and the defenders want nothing to do with this.
The save call comes out. They decide at the disadvantage in the 2v4. Money looking a little weak for Musty TV. It's better to keep these rifles and try to carry them into the next round. Try to fight at more stronger, more full force. But the attacker is aware of this, starting to fan out, hunting down the defenders, trying to see if they can get rid of those rifles, get rid of that Phantom, get rid of that Vandal, and not let them try to keep that going in.
And with the comp you're going up against, You really need to start a string of 3 more rounds now. Yeah, you've got the lead, but you've let the defense get 4 rounds, and there's still time for them to even it up as well. With the kind of a comp that you're going into this with, you have to imagine that the defense right now is still feeling confident that they're still able to bring the punch on attack.
Yeah, coming in with that double duelist, coming in with a fade. Coming in with that Vise Flash. Double movement, especially being able to get in quick and get out. But Booger Eaters with that Yoru at the same time, able to swap halves of the field, right? You can go all the way from C to A with a well-placed teleport, so those rotates should be able to come in good for them on defense.
This time it's not door aggression. No, it's all gonna get found out by that dimensional drift, though. Right idea, wrong execution. And now all the calls are going in on in Kyo's team's head is just go A, go A, go A. And now Noi with just a judge to defend this with, taking the long angle, found out element of surprise remove, has to find something, and it's gonna be Brezzy first. But the wraparound, Rizora is fast enough for that. Now the overdrive comes out, and that's gonna be the last jump out you'll see. And Swiffy is still so aggressive, catches C's in hand, and it's all falling to pieces. 1v3, 1v4 again. Wait, but Rizora could have just had it if it wasn't for Swiffy's resurrection.
Rizora almost coming out with the ace, the double kill onto that Clove, but Swifty's with that resurrection able to flip the script, gets that shot back, and shuts down Rizora's hero play. Keeps it to a 5-all game.
5-all.
What an insane round.
Yeah, this is such a precarious position. Even if you're like looking peachy on this half, it's only just the defense half.
Yeah, you still gotta flip it. You gotta flip sides and run it in after this. Both teams also looking a little shaky on the econ. Booger Eaters the slight advantage, but not much. Both teams likely have to have at least a little bit of a save if they lose this round. This could be pivotal.
Yeah. Little bit of chip damage.
Sasha getting clipped. A little bit of chip damage from that nade.
Why is there so much of a rotate towards C? There was no info gain. Might have it been a miscomm? No, it's a reclear of B, making sure that there's no early aggression. Noise tested. Noise about to be challenged with the full force of the attacker side. Booger Eaters
in the same spot from before.
But this time with a Vandal, and the Steel Garden goes through, but you're holed up in tree.
Will it pop in time?
It does, and it forces Katashio almost to death. Doesn't expect Fed on the back end. Ooh, almost died right there. Still saved by the movement abilities. Fed, not expected in this tiny corner, and there's counter showstopper comes out. Katashio, you have to hit this, and you do, but it's still a trade. And now Swiffy is cleared out backside. The jig is gonna be up so quickly. It's Fed holding this. Brezzy clears it easily on 2 HP somehow. Still in it, scraping by. The attackers just don't want anything to do with Swiffies on site.
Spike drawn. They decide to go for the full rotate back to C. Throws the spike over to Rizora here with the full map teleport, the element online. The time, yeah, down to 6 seconds. They'll have to get this plan off. The TP will not come out. They will lock it down on the C. Brezzy literally
low health.
One shot, 1 HP.
Yeah, at death's door, they have to greet it together. Unfortunately, there's no playing up and no chance to give the Swiffies a 1v1, 1v1. It's all down to this mound play, and you're playing up against a Clove who has 1 smoke out already. It's just the spam to come through. Oh, Brezzy does land it, and on 2 HP.
2 HP in a dream. Brezzy finding value, getting 2 kills with 2 health. 1 HP for each of them, I guess. Exceptional play. Way to stay alive, keeping that pressure up and just showing what you can do with low or no HP. As long as you're alive, you can still shoot back.
Yeah. That was wild, though, and I feel like their hero plays coming out from the attack side. There hasn't been much dominance in terms of strategics or tactics. I really want to see more of that be instrumental, but maybe this round they don't have to. It's such a bad buy for Omi and co, but Omi still manages to claim one with the Sheriff. It's an early fight up. Everyone's coming through, and now Rizora has to just find out Sloppy, spam this, or even get ready for the peak. There it is, and everyone falls like dominoes. It's just Swifties with a deagle, and try as you might, Swifties, you're not that good. Rizora 4K on this anti-eco.
Rizora really finding her own here, finding her role, finding her flow state. I think that's back-to-back 4Ks for Rizora. Yeah, or maybe with a round or two in the between, but still coming out big for their team, putting the team on her back and just making sure to secure these rounds, get these kills, get these picks.
It's doing so well. Absolutely. And now with the pistols... Ooh, we'll see how they maneuver around this super aggressive double duelist comp, right?
Yeah, and having especially that Yori to be able to teleport between the two sites, you know, being able to sit somewhere and fly away to another spot unseen can really be beneficial here as they try to push themselves into sites here. Attackers lining up for 5 on A.
Yeah, and if you're Zeke, you just gotta run, save yourself. I don't know if you're able to face the entirety of this alone, or maybe try to get one even. And
Still waiting. One enemy remaining. I demand what I'm owed. Now we wait.
oh, maybe if Fed decide to swing in like that. Zeke now. Trying to find something, absolutely. Going to get sloppy on the come up. And now Katashio trades out. It's still a 2v3. Not favorable at all, and the attackers do close it out.
TV.
Musty TV.
This is a great start to the half for Must See TV here, right? Getting those 2 first-round wins on the board. They're able to do so in the first half and repeat it in the second half, trying to keep that momentum going. Flip that script. Booger Eaters were able to claw a lot of rounds back late in the first half. But Must See TV on a great start to flip that script, bring it back to their side, bring it back to their advantage.
And it's great because you're on attack. Even if you ended 5-7, attack is just so strong on Lotus that you might as well have just already won the game. And it's going to take so much effort from the defenders to actually make this work. You see 4 players, a standard 1-1-3 setup. And I don't know if it's going to come to a head at first. Omi ready. Oh, Kiyo so aware. Sloppy does take one, but Kiyo has to clear out these Rebel players, and Fed lying in wait with the Bucky, not ready enough. And all of it goes down. The bonus doesn't go as planned. Maybe Noi can take another, but it's just 1 player left to plant the spike. I guess that's a good outcome, but Swifties can't even get the kill onto, Rizora. And that's a great buy round on the side of the defense, still keeping that guns, right?
Yeah, defense just collapsing in. I'm surprised to see Rizora with, like, what, 10 HP running in first, leading that charge in through Secret, but the rest of her team able to come in together with her, collapse down onto the attacker and get that kill off, securing that round, taking the lead.
What a good development, but it's not like the attack side has less firepower quite the contrary. You see that Brezzy has less of a health pool to work with, so he has to still be very, very cautious and conservative on the C site. But luckily, this C's nade coming in, it's going to cause a lot of chaos, and Katashio definitely taking down Omi for the count. Sloppy saves Fed just for Fed to take down Kyo, but it's Zeke tested against 3 players. Crisis for Rizora right here. Paranoia in the arsenal, but is it enough? A dry swing out of Swifties, and Swifties does take it, and it all crumbles to pieces. That initial take, but wait, don't count out Brezzy. Brezzy, maybe you want to run away from Swifties here. Hold it, find Swifties! Perfectly done, but there's still more work to do. 35 HP in total. Noi, so aware, tucked in this position. How can Brezzy ever clear this out? And especially because Noi is executing the wrap, or maybe considering not. So Brezzy has to slowly work this way as the time ticks down. This is not a position you want to be in if you're Liam right now. Noi holding this little gap, and oh, the spot comes out. Both of them understand where each other are, but this time it's the Steel Garden with the advantage of the spam. Noi comes out on top as the Vise.
The Vise v Vise battle of the Sentis, trying to hold down A. Noi able to come out on top. That spray through the box, proving pivotal. Brezzy having a little bit of damage picked up there early, but put in a valiant fight. Tried to get the half off before jumping back off Spike, but just Noi finding him right as soon as we clicked over to half on the Spike defuse.
Yeah, this might not work. This 8th setup might not work anymore if they keep finding gaps in this util throw. And now it's another bait. They've just baited out all of that aggression from the defense side with the util. And when there's no reclear coming through that dark cover, it's Brezzy's turn to step up. Oh, unfortunately, Omi is just so quick with it.
The double satchel aim, finding the Vise.
Oh. I guess it was a half buy, but you still wanted to see a little bit more, especially with that quick readout from the defense. But maybe Rizora wants to take matters into its own hands. Zeke moving through. It's now a 3v3. This looks promising. Fed, though, I think sniffed out. Zeke has all the time in the world to swing out and figure where this defender is. And Swifties tasked so much and not up to the challenge. Katashio, so good. What a retake.
That's exactly defense, pulling that out by the book to the letter, getting those trades, getting those picks, bringing it down to just a 1v3, had the player advantage, willing to swing in, double satchels over, finds the clove, and able to just shut them down to that point. You know where they're at, just collapse.
Yeah, defense are looking good again. It's looking a little bit promising, but they have to watch out for these pistols. Something definitely can go wrong, and probably will go wrong if this if the attacking side continues to worm their way through the util dump right here. But no, it's a default actually.
Early shot coming out. Outlaw finding value, hitting Omi, taking him out of the match, taking him out of this round. And the second shot, finding Swifties as he jump peeks through B main here.
Oh no. Well, it's still flawless so far, so we're not too nervous. Just peek out a little bit. Rizora clears it.
And just Noi.
It's all good, and
Sheriff in
Noi.
hand.
Yeah, Rizora's hunting. Rizora's hungry. It wants its food, and Noi, with a labored shake of the mouse, gonna still find that eventually. And a flawless side of the defense. That's looking really good. We might go to a third map.
And that is exactly what I think all of us want to see. Both these maps being very close, very tight. And, you know, I would love to see us go to Haven, see how it ends up there. But Booger Eaters need to secure those last 3 rounds, get those wins on the board to keep themselves in this tournament, keep the dream alive.
Yeah, this aggression is working out. I don't know, the attack side. Okay, now they're committing to it. Katashio still finding Fed on that. Oh, wonderful showstopper. It might have been another, if not for Sloppy's quick response. But Zeke Risora to clean it up. What a good shot. Was that through the
Just
smoke
sending
or
some
did
shots
Risora
into
see
the
a little
smoke.
bit? Oh, it was.
I
Oh
think
my
it was
gosh.
unseen.
Look at that 22 and 9 AG.
Risora coming back strong, shaking off that first map, putting the team on her back, running into the second map. You don't really see an Omen top fragging, really. 22 and 9.
Mental.
You can't ask for more than that.
Absolutely mental. I said watching Risora play was going to be a treat, and thank God it delivered.
Must-see TV on a massive save here. No rifles in hand, 2 stingers, 2 sheriffs, and a Bucky in the hands of Fed.
Here we go. Omi moving in. It's Brezzy blind somehow finding Omi. And that just provides enough room for the rest of the defenders to converge and find their kills. It all falls to pieces.
And we're looking at another flawless from the defenders, just locking it down, bringing us to match point. Guns in hand, money in pocket. Must-see TV have got to come up with something here to try to secure this, try to keep their run on Lotus alive, see if they can close out the series here. But Booger Eater's looking really well positioned to take us to map 3.
Wait, Tyler has a VCT team? Did I see that right?
Hey, Tyler?
Yeah, Tyloo, the CS, Chinese CS team. I just saw a buddy on, I think Fed's.
Well, there
Vandal?
you go.
Damn.
There you have it.
Oh, it is. I like their CS team better anyway. Okay, starting out with the showstopper. Omi doesn't find anyone, but finds space. That's good. Noi finding Kyo on the back end of that. Backing out. That's all that Noi wants.
Must-see TV able to find C pretty much for free. Found that early pick through door. They ping it, suggesting somebody could be there. Fight coming in through halls.
Ooh. Steel Garden, gonna keep up the pressure, and Omi wants to meet that pressure. Actually stops it in its tracks a little bit. But the timing, rifles are back online, and 3v2, 1v2 actually. Sloppy finds the back of Zeke to keep them alive on Lotus.
Must-see TV looking to keep that dream alive, keep that 2-0 dream living, gets that round back, keeps it, brings us to 9-12, still on match point for Booger Eaters, but Must-see TV keeping themselves in this fight. Buy is a little scattered. Omi not going to be able to get a full purchase off here. Oh, it gets a buy from his teammate, actually. Gets the full shield, full rifle, so we will be at full strength, both teams, going into this round.
Yeah.
But Must-see TV still up against the wall. They have to win this or they're going to Haven. We're going to map 3.
Already, look at that info being gathered. Yep, does find the scent of Noi, that Prowler, and all they have to do, Risora and Zeke, is hole up in that B main space, hold it. Make sure they don't give a kill to Noi, though.
Defense stacking to C as the attackers have
Brezzy's
been leaning
alone
that way. Yeah, Brezzy swapping sites, holding on A solo.
Kyo pushing up. Oh, is the timing going to work out? No! But that would have been so great. Already, though, a lot of info is being given over. That's perfect. Sheer does come up, and it's just Fed bounding into sight. Brezzy gonna clear that out. Paranoia missed, but it's all right. They still gain control of all of this. It's good comms. Understands that all of these players are coming through. Oh, but the jam right on the peak. It could not have been at a worse time, but Kyo is on to be a hero once again. And Risora finding Omi. There it is. Kyo goes down for the count, but it's still a 2v3. They're still in this. The defense still holding strong. And Swiffies, you've seen this person's clutch before. It's not going to happen today. Katashio cleans it up right there. 13-9. That was a banger of a second map. Now the teams are tied 1-1. We saw multiple standout performances, but it wasn't just a carry doing all of the heavy lifting. Definitely a lot of impact from every single player on the roster of Booger Eaters. So we're looking forward to seeing more of that in Haven. And they looked a lot more comfortable planning things out and adjusting to the flow of the map. Especially with Haven being a 3-site map. It's not like Lotus. It's like Lotus in many respects, but it's different in many respects as well. So we're going to see what they're cooking AG, what in kind of the compositions do you want to see and f- kind of shift for this map in particular?
I think you're going to be seeing a pretty similar setup to what you had on Lotus, right? You're still going to have the
Oh,
Sentinel. You're still going to have some type of initiation, but maybe switching it up, running a Sova instead of that Fade. Darts coming out being a lot more beneficial here on Haven with these open sites. But that being said, we did have one of our players had to swap out. Keo had to leave early for Team Booger Eaters, swapping in Jules in his place. So will that have an effect? Well, Keo, who had already warmed up and was pretty hot across those two first maps, will Jules be able to come in and fill those shoes?
yeah, the right side you see on the attackers, it's a pretty standard setup. The double initiators are definitely the initiators you want to have on Haven. Fault line is so strong because of these straight line, narrow corridors. What you also see on the defending side is ISO and Yoru. I am getting deja vu.
Kind of
I
shocked.
definitely saw something like some team like YDZ Black run this. Luna 1 was on ISO. Nova was on Yoru, and then that's all. The rest is largely the same. But like this is so powerful as well because Yoru can act as both the flash initiator and also have that rotational power. So does and also ISO with the undercut being so powerful in these corridors. I like what I see for sure.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a good game here. Interesting to see the Yoru pick over, like, say, someone like a Jet or a Waylay or somebody with a dash, a little more movement
yeah.
specific. Like you like to see, like, you see those ops holding down these long lanes, right? Holding down
Yep.
A lane, holding down A main, holding down that lobby, controlling any entrance in A site, holding down C long, occasionally getting a little proactive, peeking out B, trying to get a quick pick, but none of that on the board. Omi's on the Yoru can still get away with that, throw that TP out, but it's not as quick and not as easy to get out of there as, say, a Jet. So we'll see how that affects their approach here if we do these ops get pulled out.
Time to jump.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's a little hard to say who's going to have that up. I mean, it's not really standard on the defense side. Probably on the Jet or Chamber but you don't have those. So it might actually just be the Sova if they're running Sova constantly on A long, and you see that dart coming in. Very useful to get that early info. Clues Swifties in to start rotating, and look at the rest of the attack. They're slowing down. I think they want Brezzy to kind of figure out if there's any more room, but no, they're actually going to go straight for this. Look at the long fight. Omi can't get out in time. No gate crash ready, and now Sloppy hiding in this defender's sight smoke. Trying to find some damage. There it is. Onto the two sewers players, but quickly Sloppy's gonna get overwhelmed. Katashio finding him on the fadeaway, and now Fed spammed out. Yep, there we go.
What a beautiful execute coming in from Musty TV. Coming in, taking their time, slowing down, getting that initial info, and then just exploding on the site, taking it quick and just getting those picks, taking control. Katashio getting 3, swapping over onto the Neon. Ran Omen in the first half, but the first match, but moved over to Duelist for Lotus and back on a Duelist for Haven. Maybe this was the move. Maybe this was that key that they were missing.
Yes. But look at the mid. I think there's a strong case for the defending side because they have so many options. It's not just being forced to take space with double duelists. It's Yoru acting as info gatherer and whatnot that allows them to switch that up. And now Omi fragging out, finding Rizora, Brezzy. It's Fed. All these deagles ringing out. It's now Fed on for another. That kill. Sorry. That double tap really, really making a difference, saving the ISO on the site and allow Swifties to get into position to find Brezzy. It's now a 1v2. Very well may go the defender's side for this round. And now Jules might not want to step towards the A site, but look at that camera placement, that spy cam having so much control in grass.
Musty TV on that anti-eco. trying to get that eco pulled off, and they're managing to pull it off well here. Got a bulldog into their hands. Sheriff toasted up Omi, holding the angle in garage and just denying Jules the ability to walk through. Gets the kill, brings it back to 1-1, and leads into the third, the typical buy round, with a big advantage here.
I think if Jules knew how fast and how dynamic the enemy team was going to be, she would have definitely cleared this angle, because you've given them so much time to react and develop their 2v1 strategy.
100%, and that might be part of that. You know, this is Jules' first game in the series, and it's real hard to come in at the third map in the best of 3 and try to hit the ground running with all these players already warmed up. 2 maps of exposure, 2 maps of knowledge, 2 maps of info on how the other team plays. Jules is really up against it, trying to gather all that info as fast as possible and get up to speed.
An aggressive push out, but doesn't find anybody. Window. Space not gained for now. Omi. Blindside expended. It's come to a standstill. What are they waiting for? But maybe Omi wants to take matters into his own hands, try and find an early pick, baiting out for Fed, but Fed's going to be caught in that fault line. It doesn't work out. Fed has to contend with Katashio. The shorty goes wide, and maybe another chance, but no, it seeks to clean it up. And Sloppy, ready with a recon bolt. Info already known. It just delayed the inevitable for the rest of the attackers to move into sight, but Swiffies is quick to respond. That's a flood smoke right there. But are they going to use it? No, they're backing off, AG.
Yeah, Sloppy identifying that smoke is dangerous, allowing those attackers to flood on the site, taking that space and denying them the easy push in.
Oh my gosh! Boy, what is that?
Dropped out of window and garage, finds 2, leaves the attackers down to 1. Easily picked up Noi with a big play in garage, finding that value.
Must see TV. They're being brave. They've got confidence in their jets right now.
There's no better way to approach into these tournaments, especially map 3, than coming in with confidence. You want to be playing at your best. You want to be feeling like, you know, you got this. This win is yours. You just have to go out there and show them, really, right? So having that confidence and being able to push in is going to do them really well if they can keep that up, keep the vibes high.
Yeah. Already so much presence in garage. That's gonna pull out a rotate, actually. But it's so early into the round that Booger Eaters can do whatever they want with this information and with the space too. Look, they're already moving back towards A, and if Fed finds Katashio right here, that should be the signal that something is afoot. And yeah, you see the move in already.
Packers stacked up on A. But defenders aware of the likelihood of this, switching over 3, stacking up towards A as well.
Have to re-clear this, but it's not going to be in time. Jules just escaping that L drone. So
Omi holding from heaven. That comes in.
Silent. And Omi comes out, takes a little bit of damage, but it's worth it. Not yet. Actually, untradeable kill. Jules making it work, and Brezzy has somehow lurked into B site. It's a catastrophe. Well read and well played from the side of Booger Eaters.
What a flawless from Booger Eaters, bringing it back, getting that second round on the board for them, tying it up, and not losing a single player in the process, keeping all of their guns, getting that extra cash in the bank, and putting a massive dent in Must See TV's economy here. They all be able to buy up, but this is a critical round. If they lose this, they're going to have to save next.
They will, and yes, 3 sites favoring the attackers, but with so much proactive space taking on the side of defenders, it really does start to feel like the defenders are favored unless this Breach Sova combo is used proactively, and there you see it. Oh, Katashio running straight up onto Sloppy. Well done, and that's exactly the kind of idea I was putting forth. Omi, though, oh, maybe Katashio finds himself too much in the air, and what a flash! Omi doing it right! Exactly the way you want to play Yoru. In a defensive situation, it's only on Brezzy. Fed and Omi are so aware it's an impossible clear. Defenders just so strong.
That's a great hold from the defenders. The attackers reading that Sova play early on, finding that dart from Sloppy. He's been shooting the same dart, and they've grown aware of it. They have one push in, one watching for that dart, instantly breaking it, and able to shut Sloppy down, pushing in, taking that space quickly. But the defenders, after losing their Sova, managed to regroup, regather themselves, and just wipe house, clear the attackers out, and take a slight lead, getting that third win on the board into a 3-2.
I want to know if it was possible for Sloppy to kind of retreat after that, but oh my gosh, already so harassed, this garage position. Luckily, there was a cyber cage on the hull just to keep them in, but oh my gosh, Swiffies! So proactive, so quick, but you've got to act even faster because Rizora has just made its mark on the C site. Crisis was averted, not just yet. Brezzy so ready for Omi's peak. I think Brezzy did it blind. Playing out of his mind right here. It's an attacker sweep right in this 6th round. So now Rizora able to get that early plant, but look at the kill contract. It might just be used right now to get Rizora off the site. Spike still gets off, yes. And now Fed. Oh, are you quick enough? Yes, you are. Rizora goes down, so it's an even fight, but not so much because all this util is there to stop this push. Fade, ready. Oh my gosh, through the wall as well, Brezzy. You have to keep going, but you can't. Sloppy. Ready for the trade, good for it. 2 and 4 and 2 on the defender's side. That's where you want to show up if you're Sloppy.
That's a big defensive hold for Team Musty TV here. Fed coming up massive. The kill contract coming out, catching Resort, but not before the plant goes down. Was unable to stop plant, but gets the kill in that 1v1, and then they're able to isolate those fights. Fed getting one, and then chunking down their last attacker a little bit, lining them up, allowing their teammate to come in, save the day there, get that final kill.
I guess the util is being thrown right, but just there's gaps in the micro gameplay that are just letting these defenders have their way regardless of the util being thrown because, oh my gosh, Katashio! Never mind! Micro be damned! Katashio is just too quick.
One share shot, one kill. Wall goes up and gets a Vandal for their efforts.
Wait a second. Katashio, no, not now. You can't die here. Noi shuts it down without lifting a finger just yet.
Katashio just bulldogging their way onto site like a bull in a china shop, running through, taking out every single tripwire with their legs.
Yeah.
And the team just falling apart around them.
I'd say he's too eager, but what else is a Neon supposed to do? Maybe predict these trips, but that's a very tall order. And also, like, a lot of them died before Katashio, like, did they die before Katashio was able to get onto site?
It seemed like maybe someone came in through window. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like people were getting picked off on their way in, trying to follow Katashio in. So it could have been just good timing from the defenders.
Yeah, you have such good displacement util. You kind of have to use that to hold your back line, especially when going in without a smokes player to bully them off of those angles. Now Katashio, very slow. Trying to clear things up. Swiffies is a little bit aware. Gonna find Zeke first. No, it's Zeke to start it. And as Noi tries to assist, is this fast lane being so crucial to shut him out of this site? Line goes down. Aggression goes through, but Omi is ready, especially with that owl drone mark. Katashio with the relay bolt, that's exactly what we want. The decoy goes through, so aware. Sloppy now on the 2v3. Omi making it a little bit easier. This will go down. And Brezzy taking Sloppy out of the contest. It's just Omi right there. Has given them a little bit of info to work with. Flick is good. Has to find another one though. Omi, fast. How fast are you? Ooh, sharp though.
Between a rock and a hard place. This plant set up for B main, right through the front of the doors. Window there with Cypher lurking in the background, running around the back site. Not a position I envy. Has to commit to something. Tries to get the tap off, but gets swung from window. Still worried about that Cypher back site. Enjoy able to get that shot off.
It's just so unfortunate because I definitely saw a world where that could have happened. You know, like
Yeah,
that initial flick. I thought that double peek. If that double peek, I was like saying to myself, if that double peek didn't work out, and like Omi was able to get away with it, it would have been fine. But there was a world in which he could have adjusted to the second player. But look at Omi's position right here. It doesn't matter. Omi isn't flustered at all. But wait, Omi, the jig is up. Katashio being so fast on the overdrive has found so much so early. And now it's thrown a wrench in the plan. You can see Omi pacing about in window, figuring out what to do right now.
3v5, must-see TV, down numbers. Omi unsure where to go. Decides to back out. The call comes. It looks like they're going to regroup and possibly save rifles here.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do? Look at the money.
Yeah,
And
money not looking great for must-see. Especially with all 5 defenders or attackers still alive.
Yeah. Maybe if you had the better ults to contest that space, but the dimensional drift leaves you in a 2v5 and still doesn't get all that much done with so many people watching where you can decloak from.
Yeah, the info, while valuable, doesn't really do you too good, and if you don't have somebody to go follow it up and fight for it, not that big of a disadvantage. Just not worth using. So might as well save it, get your team back together, and try to come into another round with a lot more strength.
Yeah. But what do you think is the adjustment now for the defense to stay on top?
The attackers seem to be able to kind of barrel onto site here, right? I haven't seen too much faking happening outside of like maybe a reaction to some pressure, but maybe just kind of giving a little more sight, not taking these early fights, playing more for retake, waiting for full strength to come back. Like if you can find a pick of opportunity early, then sure, great. But as we see Omi kind of pushing up, down a long, throws the clone out, and there's 3 here waiting for him. Down to 6 HP, but this is what I'm talking about. Like this early aggro to try to find this info and try to find a pick isn't really going their way so far. So maybe they need to switch that up.
Sloppy finds one. It's Risora. Teleport doesn't come out fast enough. And the trades still go the attacker's way. 1-to-1 is great, and also 6 HP on Omi. They're looking peachy for kind of a regroup and re-hit somewhere else. But look, they've lost the A long. They don't have B space. Look at 2 defenders on B right now, especially evening it up. Oh my gosh.
This relay bolt catching Sloppy out, unable to react.
Oh! Swiffy's prediction perfect!
With 3!
And the follow-up as well!
What a play. This is exactly what you want to see out of the defensive team there. Must-see TV reacting great. Like I said, instead of... Omi did still push out, try to get that early info, but the rest of the team stayed back, played together, tried to play numbers. Booger Eaters coming in with a lot of... Like, most of their team hitting a lot of these XX, right? They're coming in 3, 4, 5 strong. And when you only have 2 or even 3 that you would likely have stacked up on a site on any of these sites, like, you still added player disadvantage. So giving them the time to regroup, come back together, and try to play these numbers to their advantage is exactly what we want to see.
Yeah, this time it's a huge aggression towards C, actually. Noi is trapped. Katashio, oh, so close! Katashio might have just stayed in that smoke just a little bit longer, but Noi not even feeling the pressure as the teammates come in, swarming Omi. Risora trying to avert that crisis, but that's not gonna be what's happening. Noi on for the ace already, so strong, and maybe Noi's feeling himself so much, he wants to keep going for it. Brezzy left on the 1v4 clutch. Brezzy, what can you pull out of your hat now? Noi, watching long, all bases covered so far. Brezzy might have been spotted by Swiffies, and that dart might confirm it too. Not yet, though. But the neural theft. Noi is hungry. Brezzy still gonna deny that ace, but with Swiffy and Sloppy staring him down, you can't do anything.
Yeah, we'll be denied the ACLU ace, but the defenders holding it down, switching it up, you know, getting that momentum, keeping it on their side. They got Spike down long in C cubby. Brezzy stuck in garage without Spike up against the 1v4. Not much you can ask from there. Gets one down, but There's only so much you can ask from a Cypher locked without the without Spike.
Yeah. I mean, if the take just doesn't work out, I think something had to give in the backside of C to get that neon inserted before the cavalry could arrive and take down that Cypher looming threat. Noi was just given so much respect.
Yeah. Packers deciding to go more for a slow default here. Sloppy getting a lot of space up A long.
Oh!
And finding the pick that Omi has been hunting.
No trade, but Keo
can't
might
Sloppy
swing
get
just in
out.
time. It's not there. I mean, Katashio, whoops. Wrong neon.
Managed to get the Sloppy
Crazy.
runs, swings back to Sewer, re-meets the Neon and Katashio, but
Oh,
on the
well done.
drone, Katashio
It's-
finds the timing.
Finally, they're speeding it up, getting Katashio into that position. And with the pickup on Swifties, that is a great start to this plant. Brezzy, taken down, the perspective just shifts. And Fed shifts into position, into high gear. Noi. Ready to one defender already out. The test works out perfectly. Paranoia. They don't know where Noi is just yet, but it's about to come to a head. Katashio has to break off of that impending peak, and it's all on to Katashio. Finishing it up 7-5. Not the attacker half you might have wanted, but it's still not as far as it could have been.
You know, I think Katashio is feeling pretty good about that last round. Little smiley face for the exit. On 30 HP, one shot, and they were dead. Able to get that kill and secure that round. A 7-5 half, no, not ideal, but not the worst. You know, we can work with that. Just got to switch it up, see what we can do on attack or on defense.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of space taking, a lot of set plays coming out from the defense. It's gonna come down to a lot of hard reads as well. You gotta catch a lot of attackers in that util. But look at 3 players starting towards A, 2 players with a spike on C. This
And remember
might
the
be a
Yoru
misdirection.
in the fight here.
Oh!
Picked off early, but could have gotten a rotate out. That was the idea. Try to get that early A pressure and rotate back, rejoin the team on C, but
Prezi doesn't have to move at all. Look at this.
Finding that early
They have
pick.
so much info. Fed coming in with a double tap as well. It's on. Rizora bounding through the smoke as well. That suppress is perfect. But Rizora still so fast. Can't hold on for dear life. And it's now Katashio to try to salvage this situation. But just jumps straight into Swiffy's crosshairs. It's Jules, the 2 initiators, left on the 2v2. But Sloppy. Oh, Sloppy. So clean with the flank. And I'm so sloppy in my delivery because I was absolutely caught off guard.
Sloppy catching all of us off guard, including the other team, sneaks around, comes up behind him while all eyes are pointed at Fed, who got dinked, was on low HP behind the box. But Sloppy using Fed as that misdirection, keeping all eyes on him and able to swing back, collect the last 2 attackers, get that round win.
Yeah, if you're on the side of Booger Eaters, you have to be scratching your heads right now. So many things, so many pieces are there for you to utilize, but they're not being put all the way, and Katashio is just spotted right here. Alone, though. Oh my gosh, Noi, you're just too quick. A second onto Brezzy. You've got to be kidding me. You're not going to take a third, are you? There it is. Oh my gosh. And all of a sudden, the defense crumbles. Not that they had such great of a chance anyway, but look at what they've been able to accomplish, these attackers. There's one shot, and it's not even landing. I thought surely Sloppy would have been claimed.
Sloppy coming in quick, catching Rizora a little off guard, and Rizora looking like just kind of snap to try to hit those shots, and while close, just a hair off. And that seems to be the story of this game. Everything very close to perfection, but just little misses, little timing gaps that the other team's been able to exploit, find those timings, find those little gaps, and surprise them.
Yeah, it's looking really desperate. AG.
Yeah, Booger Eaters, not much money in the bank. Musty TV on a save for the most part outside of this outlaw.
Okay, get Sloppy down. There it is, the first pick. They can't give this one away though. Look at how much damage has been dealt to all of these defenders though.
Yeah, both the A defenders, both low. 10 HP for Joya. Only, what, 42 plus 25, so a little 67. Quick maths on Katashio. Katashio can survive 2 bullets, but A sights might have both defenders, but he is definitely a little weak.
Yeah, the attack is coming through mid and garage. It's gonna be a flood. Brezzy is gonna be really, really harassed on this angle, and Omi finding Zeke with 2 shots. Zeke peeking in and still dying. It's looking really dire for Brezzy. Brezzy ready with 1 cyber cage, but with so much util able to be thrown through. It's a monumental task, and Brezzy falls flat. 2v4 right now. It's almost impossible, but not if Katashio can find some recourse. It's not gonna happen though. Jules, 10 HP, as good as dead right now, and Omi with the Spectre, yeah, knows what's in store. It's almost a wash. 10-5.
That Clove Metal putting him on a trance there, bouncing back and forth across C-Link there. Never seen much like that, but not much health, not much to do, not much to work with. CTV pulling out a big lead here, 10-5. And, you know, Booger Eater's going to have to regroup here. They're going to have to save. They're not able to buy here. Katashio forcing a Vandal, Hero Rifle, but with everyone on light shields and Omi with the Outlaw, this could be detrimental. Omi could go massive here.
Yeah. Just Omi needs to be in the right place. And oh my gosh. It's already coming to a head, not even needing this Outlaw. It's the Vandals to make the work and make the difference. 3v4. Brezzy's so pressured, and Omi goes down for the count. Joya actually making it work. But Brezzy is a little scared. Doesn't know when exactly to catch Swiffies. And oh, it's just Joya left. Joya finding the head of Fed through the wall. That's a good start. 85 HP, 5 bullets in the cylinder. That's not impossible to win this out, especially picking up a Vandal. This can be possible.
Yeah, Jules looking to isolate these ones, try to separate the defenders, but the defenders aware that they have the number advantage, regathering themselves, trying to play for long, but they haven't fully gathered up.
Yeah.
Jules, if she can get in there, get that dart down, maybe find Clove early, but Sova, Sloppy, aware that Swifties is by himself, comes back to join them. Both playing for long, both playing for that spike.
Yeah, this is not the best agent to have on a 1vx retake on long, and with that one way, it's basically impossible. There's no time.
Catch her.
Oh, and while Joya, we have to commend her for that effort.
It'll have to be a save.
It just was too late, too little.
That brings my CTV to 11-5 lead. 2 points away from taking this map, taking the series. Booger Eaters should be able to buy up here, but they're going to have to make a statement here. They're going to have to buy, and they're going to need to win, or they're going to be looking in a real dire situation coming into that final round.
They already are. They've lost most of their confidence right here. They haven't gotten a single round on this attack half. I mean, this second half.
Yeah, the defense not working out in their favor.
The sharpness of Razora has also waned.
That goes there.
It's just a vibe shift, who knows? But already Omi coming in with the dimensional drift. This is monumental. It's absolutely precious for the attack. So much space gotten, but it is a 5-on-5, though it is going to be hard. Razor is aware of a possible flank by Noi. You have to have some kind of way to fix this. And Noi bounds in, and Katashio trying to live through this. Only gets one with the overdrive, but it's all falling apart. It's just Joya and Brezzy trying to salvage this situation, and Brezzy falls to the Executioner's axe first. Noi, Joya, might you want to redeem yourself here? The knives are coming out. Forget axes. Swifties to clean up, and 12-5. This has just been a wash.
Yeah, unfortunately, Booger Eaters not finding their footing here. They looking good in the last round, be able to, these last couple maps, be able to keep it a lot closer, but Haven just not working out in their favor. Quick picks coming out. Jules usually left by themselves at the end of a round, and 1vx situations, which is just really unfortunate, really tough place to play in, especially coming in as a sub in
Yeah.
the last match of a series.
And the lack of cohesion too on the retakes. Like, yes, you're putting your pieces in the right places, but you're not enabling them with a bunch of util to take those little mini micro extremities and making that retake possible. And now with one defender already down for the count, how are you going to continue?
Yeah,
It's a
early
mental
pick on that
boom.
Cypher. Usually your C anchor there. And the attacker's aware of that. Send the drone through, faking the C, but pushing up B.
Down mid.
Resort finding one,
Wait.
TPing out, staying alive, but low in HP, down to 24.
Yeah. Resora needs to come alive here with that 24 HP. Probably going to bait for one of her teammates. But it's Katasho actually on the flank. Yeah, use that back again. Swifty's still alive, down, but that's just delayed for the spike. And now as it evened out to a 3v2 eventually, it's still coming down to this. Oh no. Yeah,
And there
just
it
like a
is,
truck.
Hunter's Fury.
Couldn't see it coming.
Getting the third, finishing it up, securing that win from Must See TV, taking them in the 2-1 lead in this series, and finishing it out, sending them to the semifinals, knocking Booger Eaters out.